name Babe Ruth does not get tossed around lightly in Major League Baseball. He's the greatest, perhaps, to ever play the game. But there's a young prospect in Japan, Jim, that's drawing comparisons to Babe Ruth. Why is that?
Because Shohei Otani can kind of do it all. I mean, as a pitcher, he's thrown the hardest fastball he's ever seen in Japan, 102 miles an hour. And you focus on that, and you lose sight of the fact that, you know what, the splitter and the slider are both plus pitches, too. He throws strikes. It's a pretty good delivery. But then, so you're thinking, okay, that's a frontline starter. That's easy. But at the same time, he's got a ton of raw power. He's a plus runner, and he wants to hit. So when he comes over, he does have leverage because it's not like you're signing him out of the draft where, okay, we have your rights.
Hmm.
He's going to be able to swing whatever deal he wants, and I think he's going to ask, and it's going to be part of the deal that he gets to play both ways.
And for a prospect like this who could, change a team's fortunes, you'd figure that the Yankees, the Red Sox, the Dodgers, they're the only ones who are going to be able to
Mhm.
afford him. But because of new CBA rules, he might be open to maybe some smaller market teams. It's really his choosing of where he wants to go when he does make it to the bigs.
Yeah, this is going to sound funny, but money is really not going to be a big factor where he signs because they've changed the rules in new CBA. And basically, the most any team, and not every team's even going to be able to spend this much, is going to be to spend a little over $10 million on him. And that's if you were in the upper tier bonus pools, you traded for the maximum you can get on top of that, and you haven't spent any money on anywhere else. Under the old CBA, where what comes into play is he's under 25.
Right.
Under the old CBA, when he was 23, he would have qualified to basically not be part of the bonus pools, could have signed with whoever for whatever. Now, it's interesting. In the past, it hasn't always been the big money teams. Yes, the Red Sox signed Yohan Moncada, but the Reds signed Aroldis Chapman. The A's signed Yoenis Cespedes. And the White Sox recently signed Luis Robert right before the rules changed. But now it's not going to be a case where this guy, where Tani would get 150, 175 million
Right.
dollars. It's going to be a case of even the teams that are restricted because of the old CBA. There's like a penalty box if you go over your pool on the old rules. Can't spend more than $300,000. They're still not giving up because it's a much narrower playing field. I don't know if it was necessarily the rules were changed to try to give everybody a better shot at players, as it was just to kind of put a rein on what the biggest international
Sure.
guys were getting. Now, if Otani waited 2 years, he'd be like a free agent. He could sign for whatever. But it sounds like, as far as we could tell, he's interested in coming over now. And like you said, he's going to use the leverage, I think, of, because he can kind of pick his spot, and it's not going to just be who can pay him the most money of working out who's going to let him play both ways.
Shohei Otani is a name to know. He is about to become a Major League Baseball potential superstar. And you can throw 102 miles an hour and hit 450-foot bombs. That's how you get the name Babe Ruth next to you.